Biography Chandrasekhar Venkatraman is written by Raman to all the nations. Travels abroad is a title. Professor Raman made his first brief visit to Europe when he was there as a delegate to the university's congress held in summer of year 1921 at Oxford. During his journey, he found one thing that means the color of the deep sea is partly or even largely to be attributed to the molecular scattering of light by the waters of the sea. This color of sea is due to the light scattered on the surface. So observations made by him during the return journey again confirmed the same hypothesis. So he observed both the times while going towards Europe and coming back to India. So this voyage is very fruitful in his research, and after having these observations he started his investigation, and he did his investigation of that light by scattering light of by liquid, solid and gaseous media. So such studies were undertaken during the 7 years that followed. Means 1921 onwards, up to 7 years he did that research on light. So his next trip was in 1924, and he was invited to join British Association for the Advancement of Science in a tour across Canada. So he was guest speaker at various places, Canada, then USA, then England, Norway. So he was also stayed sometimes and worked as a visiting professor for 4 months in California Institute of Technology. So he was there in France, he was there in Italy, also he was in Russia. So he visited Europe so many times, and he visited Europe to receive the Nobel Prize in 1930. It's a very important visit to abroad of C.V. Raman. So after knowing about this, let us come to his honors and awards. So many honors he received, so many awards he received. So Raman was a very highly successful teacher and investigator, and his lectures were very simple, lucid, and number of students that were attracted towards his quality of teaching. Then he became very successful teacher worldwide due to this. So the Royal Society of London elected him to its fellowship in 1924. The British government in India conferred a knighthood on him in 1929. So he received the Nobel Prize in Physics in 1930. He was awarded with that Roman Prize also in 1928, and then the Royal Society of London gave him the Hubs Medal in 1930. In 1941, the Franklin Institution of Philadelphia awarded the Franklin Medal to Raman. So this is what he achieved in his life. Even the Soviet Union honored him with the International Lenin Prize in 1957. Then he got that G.V. Raman was C.V. Raman was in recognition of his many brilliant contributions to physical science and of his leadership in the renaissance of scientific work and scientific education that has occurred in India. So these are his important awards. In addition to this, he was honored with PhDs by so many universities in India and abroad. Several Indian universities, among which are the universities of Calcutta, Bombay, Madras, Banaras, Decca, Allahabad, Patna, Lucknow, Osmania, Mysore, Delhi, Kanpur, Sri Venkateshwara, had conferred honorary doctorates on C.V. Raman. Other than Indian universities, University of Fairyburg and Glasgow conferred him PhD and Honorable LLD. So he also received the degree of Honorable Science Doctorate of University of Paris in 1932. So this is that great achievement by C.V. Raman. It's not even means you can say possible for any other Indian after him. So he was the honorary member of various academies like Academy of Munich, of the Zurich Physical Society, the Royal Philosophical Society of Glasgow, the Royal Irish Academy, and of the Hungarian Academy of Science. So he was an honorary member of Indian Science Congress Association and also of several other Indian science organizations. He was General President of the Indian Science Congress in 1929 and he has been President of Indian Academy of Sciences since its foundation in 1934 until his death. So he was a foreign associate of the Academy of Sciences of Paris and foreign member of the Academy of Sciences of USSR. So he was means honored by so many societies, research societies, associations. So he was honorary fellow of the Optical Society of America and Mineralogical Society of America, and honorary member of Academy of Socialist Republic of Romania and the Catgut Acoustical Society Alhambra of the Academy of Sciences in Pope John appointed him a member of Phonetical Academy of Sciences. So many honorary memberships he could get due to his outstanding contribution to the area of research. So, amongst the many Indian distinctions he received, special mention may be made of the title and decoration of Raj Sabhushan conferred by Maharaja of Mysore in 1934. So, this is very important award given by Maharaja of Mysore to C.V. Raman. So this is a colorful title for when literally translated it would read as the jewel of King's Court. So Raj Subhushan means jewel of King's Court. You see he's like an ornament to that King's Court. In 1954, the government of India awarded the title of Bharat Ratna. This is very important thing you should remember for the purpose of your MCQ examinations. So after this, come to the next important point in this biography, that is scientific work at Calcutta. So he was there in Calcutta and he started work in acoustics because he was interested in that area, and he himself was interested in physical theory of musical instruments, especially particularly of violin family. So he involved in this study and later on he found so many things. Okay, so he made fundamental contribution to the motion of board point and the effect of bridge in coupling the motion of the strings to the body of the violin. It's very important. Later he worked on the Indian drums also. So he made the remarkable observation that drums possesses harmonic overtones. So it was known that the frequencies of vibration of a circular membranes are not harmonic. He quickly found that the Indian drums head have a particular feature in that they are loaded by sticking at an appropriate place on the membranes, varying amount of soft material, and that this kind of loading results in a harmonic structure for the overtones. If you observe tabla, if you observe mragandam, you find such type of that circular membranes which is specially created with some soft material leather type material. So in that way we can find that voice very melodious one out of this. Means he worked in that music area, acoustic area also. So this is one of the greatest contribution he did for the sake of Indian research. And you see, his early publications dealing with his work in acoustics mention may be made of bulletin number 15, and this was published by the Indian Association for the Cultivation of Science. So here it's very important to know about his contribution. See, in December 1930, when he was there getting award Hubs Medal of Royal Society to Sir C.V. Raman, Sir Lord Rutherford said about him, we can have this sentence which is very good one. Sir Venkatraman is one of the leading authorities in optics. See, who said? Lord Rutherford. This is said by Lord Rutherford. So he was one of the leading authorities in optics, in particular on the phenomena of scattering of light. So this is very good recognition he could get from that fellow Lord Rutherford. So the Raman effect must rank among the best 3-4 discoveries in experimental physics in the last decade, said by Lord Rutherford. So Professor Raman, by using a simple device of inserting appropriate filters in the paths of incident and scattered beams in the beginning, and by using monochromatic sources later, discovered that some new frequencies not present in the incident light appear in the scattered beam as a result of, so to say, that interaction between molecules of the illuminated substance and the incident radiation. So thus in the spectrum of the light scattered by a substance, the Raman effect discloses itself by the presence of new lines adjacent to the original lines of the incident. Right. So this is about Raman effect and all that efforts done by Professor Raman in this particular research or investigation, you can see. So you can study Raman effect in detail and you can get the information about this experiment in detail. So let us stop here in this lecture. We'll continue in remaining part in the next coming lecture. So let's stop.